here we are. Check this out. Yes, that's true. I have a tan. We've been out of the shop for a while, and anyway, we're gonna move on because this is what we're gonna be talking about, guys. Build the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. We have issue 31 provided by none other than Fanhome. No big deal, guys. Here's a quick snippet what we're gonna do in this video. We have stage 115 and 116 for you. This is basically a synopsis of some of the great things that we're going to be doing for this particular video. We also will be covering stage 117 and 118. Looks like we're going to be making a box that's going to go in there and some more interior lighting and rooftop stuff. So without further ado, I think it's time we get down to the little bench here and start getting our hands dirty on this Ecto 1. I have some great news though to tell you. So real quick, this is our first step, and the great news that I wanted to tell you was the fact that we have a special part that we did while we were gone. It is a secret. It is something that you will see once we complete the car, and this is basically one cool treat that I think you'll enjoy to this because it is provided by Mike Lane Mods, and I think it really does put a real pizzazz on the car. We're going to go onto the bench and start building up our cool little gadget here, and we hope you enjoy today's video. And of course, this will be the parts for stage 115, which is our first build part. As you can see, we're going to be working on those blue lights as I showed you in the pictures in the previous part of this video. And then we have some windshield wiper blades that we're going to be putting in. So we will be bringing the top half of the car. So hang in there, guys. This is going to be one hell of a video. Okay, so looking at all this, this is wire letter L that you're going to find on your thing. We're going to show you real quick how we're going to do this because the next one, it says that we have to use on stage 2 or step 2. It says to use 67 delta marked with an E. I couldn't find an E, but I did find an M, which had the same characteristics as these. I'm assuming it is the same. It's probably just a misprint because remember this changed hands from Eagle Moss to Fanhome, and some of the stuff didn't cross over correctly. So we're not going to worry about that. What we're going to do is basically do just like it says. Is we're going to take this and put it all the way through. That's what it says to do because apparently it's got to go into this blue apparatus. So it's going to go all the way through. Okay. It's kind of goofy because it doesn't show you this in the picture. It just says put the wire in and then it's going to go. But it's kind of common sense. You just take this. I'm going to lock it right into that cap there. So that way this is there. And then you're going to obviously connect the parts. So we're going to do that too. And so there you have it. One already completed and good to go. And it looks pretty sharp. All we did really was just do this. We swung it around. I lined it up just so that way you can have it. It's pretty easy because you got this little marking here. So I lined it up with that. Then line it up with the holes inside. Once I did that, I was able to just kind of wiggle it like so into place because you don't want that blemish to be at the top. Remember, everybody's going to see everything. So any kind of hash marks or issues, I put that at the bottom. Same thing with this one. I'd probably switch it around so that way you can't see the imperfections. So they're on the inside. So yeah, everything looks pretty good and pretty snazzy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones. Once we do that, we'll move on to step 3. So with all this done, looks pretty sharp. I like the way they came out. So we're going to work on one cool thing. We're going to put this to the side and bring back our exterior. So as you can see, the car is massive. I still have the windshield protector on there. So if there's any scratches or bumps that we bump into, this will take the brunt of it. But what we're going to work on is the windshield wipers. They're going to go here and here. So we're going to be attaching that. And then once we attach that, we'll have it underneath I'll have that on top of this plastic for the time being, just to protect the window, and then later on I'll have that removed, and then mainly this will get removed once I feel confident that we are done with anything on this side or doing any kind of upsy downsy things. Other than that, let's digress, get those wipers on, and once I have them on, I'll kind of briefly tell you exactly how they're going to go on. So there we have it, guys. I put in the pieces for the windshield wipers. Everything came out pretty snazzy, pretty good. A little bit of an issue trying to get them all lined up. They are marked, but to figure out these ones and these ones, I had to do that behind the camera. I used an AP screw to screw them into the body frame, and then here I used an RP screw. They're going to say that they're silver because obviously look at the design here, you got to have it match. I tried to get the screws to kind of line up together, so it kind of gave it a little bit more pizzazz. Other than that, we're good to go, and we're ready to move on to the roof here. We're going to mount some stuff that's going on here, guys. So basically, hang in there, guys. We're still working on stage 115. So now, of course, we have our blue lights. We still have our protector on the window here, but we are going to put these blue lights in. They have it marked off, so you know exactly how they need to go in, so you don't have to worry about anything. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to mount this on, just to give you an idea of where they're going. We're going to go here, and then we're going to grab a couple of screws here. And the screws they want us to use are the AP screws that we got an abundance of here. So I'm going to go ahead, grab those AP screws, screw these in. I'm also going to do the same thing on the back side of the car. And then once we're done with stage 115, we'll just end up moving on because 115 ends with these lights being placed on. I just wanted you to see how I do the front ones. I'll leave the back ones out because it's self-explanatory. We use AP screws. You'll be able to see the back ones already put in when we have future videos. Whew. And here we are, guys, moving along to stage 116. Now, this, of course, is the side that's going to go facing towards the car. This is the interior side. Now, I've used the interior side to go this way for this video piece, so that way you'd see this is the rough edge. Clean edge is the part that's going to be on the inside of the car. So what we're going to do here is we have to put some the sun visors in. So we're going to take these two sun visors. We're going to go ahead and install those onto here. The way we're going to do it is, of course, we'll have to flip this over, okay, and then the sun visors will go in between here and here, okay. So this will be quite the trip, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, so first things first with this is we're going to take this cap and the rod. The rod gets placed in. Once the rod is in, then we're going to go ahead and cover it with our little piece here. So I'm going to show you how one is done, and that way you can easily do the other one on your own, but that's how this piece is going to go. So since it needs a tiny screwdriver, I'm going to use my tiny one here. Now, I am going to tell you that this tiny screwdriver is not was not given to me. I had to kind of go and get it from a different source. However, I was able to acquire it and then add it to this build. So once I locked everything here in place, I'm going to begin screwing the 3 screws in. So there you have it. One is all done. Now I'm going to go ahead and knock out this next one. What I had to do was take the rod out, made it a whole lot easier to screw in the pieces. Now, if you're wondering which piece is which, they are labeled. Just take that, put the 3 screws in, then run this rod through. You want some kind of even on each side, because it's going to lock in to one piece that we have here and the other one that we have right here, and that'll lock it into place here in the center and on the edges. So without further ado, I'm going to get the next visor done so we can move on. So now that both are done, this is how it works. we basically take one side and it's gonna go facing this way, okay? So that way everything goes in one direction. All right, then we're gonna take the next one. We're gonna put it in this way. That is our next goal. So our next mission after this is to grab our GP screws and our two little pieces here. So this here is going to mount into this part and the other one will mount into this one. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take these, connect them in with our GP screws. You should only need two, one for this side, one for this. Then later on, we'll work on the centerpiece. So now with a minor setback, I'm not too excited, but these are supposed to freely move, it seems. So we're just gonna leave it the way it is because they can freely move. But for now, we're gonna move on to step 17. So we already have them prepped. We're going to be working on this center half here of stage 117. So with stage 117, these are all the components inside the plastic. I'm gonna go ahead, take it out of the plastic just very gently because I don't want anything to screwed out or anything, but that's how it looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this silver piece and it's going to go down the center here. Then we have our box. We're going to put it together. We've got some knobs that we're going to put on the box. And we have some wiring. Not sure where that's going just yet, so I haven't gotten that far. But it looks like it's going to go into this little walkie-talkie that we're going to make. So they have like a CB radio type deal. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get this CB radio all hooked up and good to go. So what we're doing real quick, so we got our little beam here. It's going to go across. And we also have our screws, which is going to be RPs. We're going to put one here, one here, one here, and here. Then after that, we're going to work on making that CB radio box. So now there it is, guys. All this is done. And we're looking pretty snazzy now. So we're going to move on to building our box here, our CB radio box, and then putting in our knobs. Once we put in the knobs, our next stages will be to attach this wire to this radio, hoping not to have it too long because it's got to hang inside the car. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So what's not in the instructions for this box was one, you had to spring this out to make it look like a spring, okay? But there was some extra, so I put it inside and I taped it so I know for sure it's never going to fall out. Now, I won't be able to do that for putting the microphone on, but at least I know that it's in there and we're good to go. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead now and seal up our box here, okay? And once I do that, everything else should click right into place. Okay, so as you can see, the cord looks pretty nice, looks nice and neat. I was able to seal this in here, seal that, close this lid off. Remember, the speaker side is going to be facing up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place this into place. That's where it's going to be for its home. Then you're going to go ahead and we're going to grab ourselves some KP screws. Those KP screws are going to go right inside here. So there we have it, guys. We have our CB radio in place with our beam coming across and then our illustrious sun visors. So our fun part to end our stage here, 117, is basically we're going to take this and we're going to mount it inside the car. So this, of course, would be the passenger and driver's side area. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to install that. I'm going to quickly do a little wipe down, get my fingerprints off of here so you don't see that at the end. Other than that, I'll do a little micro brush on here just to make sure the inside looks good. Once again, this is the raw side. That's going to go inside. So I'm going to grab ourselves 4 EM screws. We'll go ahead and put those in and we'll have the car back here in a second. And so, of course, I put in a screw here. There's another screw that goes underneath here, another one here, and another one here. Now that all that is completed, this half is done, and we can move on to stage 118. So just be careful when you flip this upside down. Remember, you have those two blue lights on the other side, and on the rear we got two blue lights. But I had a little rubber mat that kind of brings it up so that way we don't have to worry about that. But for you folks at home, if you're not using a pad or whatever, you might want to double check that. Other than that, guys, we're going to move on to stage 118. So of course now, folks, we are on our final stage for this video, and we have made it through. I mean, this is amazing. So what's going to happen here, guys, is I'm going to do some backstage work because this might not fit completely on the screen. However, I am going to show you that we do have to build the lights because that's step one. Step two is to place the lights there, and then after that we have to attach the wires. That's where the cart comes involved, so we're going to basically do that behind the scenes. So basically what I want to show you real quick is just everything that we're going to do behind the scenes and then show you the end product, so that way we can get to the next video for this Ecto one. So as you can see, we have right here, this is where the lights are being done up. Then you have the lights being in place, then the wires, and then this being put in place. But as you can see, it's tricky because these wires are attached. They're already gone through the piping, and I don't want to have to take the piping that's in there out. So I'm just going to do this behind the scenes and get the wires just right so that way they come out. Now I'm going to use the thin tape that they gave me to kind of help me out. And that should be pretty good. And then when we're done, we'll have the rear seat area already done up. So when I flip it over, when I flip the page, that's it. It just goes into some behind the scenes footage. So I just wanted you guys to see all the steps we're going to do to close out this video. I'm just going to show you the end result. So there you have it, guys. Everything is completed for this video. We've gotten all of our 4 EM screws in. I will tell you, for ours, it's a bit tricky. There is a little bit of like a bump here and here due to the lighting. I couldn't get it any tighter. Maybe you guys at home can, but other than that, that's it. You'll have another cord going through here. Now don't worry about this, because we're going to cover how we're going to fill up all this and get rid of some of this white that's showing and this raw stuff. So don't worry. But if you need some slack, use the S key or the S cable that I have here. All right. If you have to, you just pull it out and then you're going to tug on it just to get it a little snug and tight, just to get all that slack out. Just remember, these are your dome lights for here and here. All right. I did a little trickery here, but other than that, everything else looks pretty snazzy, pretty good. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope to see you on the next one. We got some more in store. We're almost done. Since this is issue 31, we still have 32 to 37, and 37 is our final one, which is really going to be just a basic video showing you everything that we've gone through with this particular model. So other than that, guys, I can't show you any light shows because then we got to bring back everything, but I assure you in the next video we'll run some light shows for you, show you how everything works, because pretty much everything, I believe, in the next video will get connected, and that'll be a fun adventure to show you guys, to see this all as one whole unit. Other than that, guys, I gotta go. You guys out there keep on modeling, and we'll see you on our next video adventure with the Ecto 1.